Thank you so much for being a listener and a supporter of the Yoke and Abundance Wise Women podcast. It has been my pleasure to be the producer and the host for the last 71 episodes that we have created and carried out thus far. But the thing is that we need your support. This podcast takes countless hours. It's a minimum of, 6 to 8 of my personal hours each week, and then I have an editor who puts everything together and makes the magic. The podcast takes a minimum of $600 a month to produce, and that is well before I see any type of revenue or payment for my efforts in creating this art for all of you. So what I'm asking is that you support the programming that you love so much, just like the NPR model. If you love it, please consider being a patron of this podcast. And I believe in it being an exchange of energy. So if you are loving it, getting value from it, inspiration from it, if you're hearing conversations that you love, if you are having driveway moments and want to keep listening, if you are excited to hear from the people that I'm bringing on each week, if you get something out of this, please consider supporting this podcast at one of the tiers that I have set up here on Patreon. So thank you so much for considering supporting this podcast. And, even if you don't have the funds to support, there are still things that you can do. You can leave a review and a comment on iTunes. That is absolutely huge. You can share it on social media, share it on Instagram, share it on Facebook, text the link to the podcast to your friends. Please help us spread the word about the Yoke and Abundance Wise Women podcast. This podcast is all about celebrating, highlighting the wisdom that we all have within. And we do that through topics of creativity, positive psychology, coaching, and whatever else that I think might be of special interest to all of you. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to talking to you in future episodes.